becomes round or nearly round at some point. Now, if you put a piece on a lathe and spin it, the first pieces that you'll cut off will be the pieces that are the uneven, the high, the pieces that stick out. Now, in smaller pieces of wood, that's not a big problem. As the piece spins around on the lathe, you just clip off those long corners, and pretty soon you're down to where it's round. Now, if you start out with a piece of big wood, especially natural edge, this thing here has got some uneven spots here. It's got a big hump here and a hump here, and I'm going to plan to make a natural edge bowl out of it. So that means I'm going to want to bore down through here and leave this bark on the side. Now I want it to be round, and the critical dimension for my lathe is it can't be more than about 14 inches across here. So I made this jig. Marty actually made it for me, and it's an auxiliary table that is clamped onto the main saw table, and at 1 inch increments from the blade I drilled some small holes, and I put a peg in there, and on the underside of this piece I drill a hole so that if I want a piece that's 14 inches in diameter, that means the radius is 7 inches. So I drill a hole 7 inches from the blade, put a peg in there. In this case I have a piece of 1/4 inch all thread, and then on the bottom side of this I drill a hole in the center of it, and then I set this on the auxiliary table and let the peg stick up into the hole in the wood. So in this case I'm 7 inches out, so I'm going to cut a circle that's going to be 14 inches in diameter. So this piece moves on here, so we turn on the saw, and we also run the vacuum at the same time here to try and minimize the dust, so it's going to get pretty noisy. So I'm going to turn that on, and I've already cut part way around here, but I thought it might be interesting for you to see how you get the piece when it's still big and needs to be trimmed down so it can fit on the lathe. If you don't, a piece like this coming around with a lot of pieces sticking out is really tough to turn. If you figure that it weighs, I don't know, maybe 20 pounds, maybe 25 pounds, and spinning around there, when that hits, it really hits, and it can damage equipment or break tools or stuff like that. So we're going to start the vacuum, and then we're going to turn the saw on, and we're going to try and cut a circle out of here. Here's the piece that we cut out of there.